1315 Walnut Street, turned 100 years old this year. I've been here for 7 years, so the day I started, we've always had problems with AC. So one of the big goals was to figure out a way to upgrade the entire AC system without disrupting our tenants. So we looked at a lot of different options, and Mike and ETS was a huge part in that.
Yeah, we came in about 7 years ago, and we really met with the Goldman Properties team, and we evaluated through our ETS line card the options that we had for the HVAC replacement. We had looked at their existing boiler system, which was over 40 years old. We looked at replacing that. We looked at evaporative cooling towers, and at the end, when we started talking about LG VRF, Goldman Properties wanted to learn a lot more about VRF and what it brought to a 17-story office building.
The timing of this project was during the pandemic, when outside air and ventilation was becoming important to all tenants and occupants of the buildings. The existing infrastructure had no outside air being supplied to the spaces. It was all natural ventilation through windows. So one of the other requests the owners made for us to solve on this project was to put in new ventilation systems for all the floors of the building. And LG had a specific product that was perfectly tailored for this project.
The LG DOAS unit is the kind of biggest innovation. The LG DOAS unit has active dehumidification, which no other manufacturer of a VRF system has, right? So that active dehumidification allows us to bring in raw outside air, pre-treat that air, and then reheat it to a comfortable temperature and deliver it right to the tenant's faces. You know, that was a game changer for us to have that locally and be able to put that on each floor so we didn't have to disturb other tenants in the building as we're knocking out one floor at a time, right? And that was the biggest difference in this building, is all the tenants wanted to stay in the building and be active during the construction process. So we had to be really sensitive to that and allow the construction to happen kind of one floor at a time, not gut the whole building and restart over.
The long-term benefit for the owner and its occupants with the new LG VRF system is the reliability and redundancy of the products that we supplied. Meaning if one fan goes down in the future, the rest of the system still operates. If one compressor happens to go down, they still get cooling and heating in all their spaces. In addition, the LG control system that was put into the building allows the building operator to know every piece of equipment is doing at all times. If there is a fault, he knows exactly where it is and how to address it, and allows for a rapid response time for the occupants to get back online.
You know, it's going to be a night and day difference for this building as far as what it costs to operate every single day. I think from some of the tests that were done, or analysis of what this building would look like, I believe it was somewhere in the 50% range they were going to cut back on energy consumption. So that's going to be a huge benefit to our customer, and you know, it's a good benefit for the LG equipment as well. One of the biggest things that help on the energy side of things is the inverter compressors. That these systems are able to go from 100% and modulate down significantly. So once the load is almost satisfied, the systems can really ramp themselves down, and the consumption of it operating at that time is extremely minimal.
LG and ETS are the only manufacturer that makes the DOAS unit with active dehumidification, and without that unit, this project wouldn't have been viable. It was waiting for that outside air unit. When that outside air unit was developed, everything went from there. The project really got kicked off with the invention of that active dehumidification DOAS unit.
This project is a marquee example for us to use for other developers and engineers in Philadelphia. It shows how you can take a building that is partially occupied or even fully occupied and upgrade its systems while being used on a daily basis. It also can be an example of how you can improve energy efficiency in a building. Again, the building had several different systems in place before. Now it has the same system in place for all of its occupants, and it can be much better controlled.